Okay, hello, Doofer number one here, back with another live stream. So I wasn't planning on doing another live stream so soon. However, I realised that I've done my Saturday morning live stream for sort of my European audiences and catching Australian audiences. And then I thought, I want to do something for the American audiences as well, because I don't think I've done a live stream where I've flown the PMDG 737 NGX for an American audience yet. So this is that live stream. So hopefully everything's going okay. If you guys can all hear me okay, as I start every single stream, let me know if you can hear me okay. We've got no in-game sound just yet because we're sat at the gate, engines off, and all the rest of it. So yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. And I'm seeing a few familiar names in the chat there. We've got Adam, we've got Felipe, hello. Hacker, Abnormals, hello. Dommy, Bobby, how's it going, guys? Good to see you again. Abnormals, do I do any 747 flights? Yes, I did do a 747 flight a couple of months ago on the live stream. Yeah, I do have the PMDG 747 as well, but I'm currently trying to learn this because I'm going to do some tutorials on this aircraft first, and then I'll cover the 747. Good audio, thank you, Bill, for confirming that. Balaz, great livery. Yes, it is. I do like the Southwest livery. What jersey do I have? I've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think this is the 2001 season. Whichever season it was, they won the Super Bowl. This is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is number 19 for Keyshawn Johnson, if anyone remembers. So the whoa, my screen just started playing up there. So the reason I have this jersey is because I actually went to Florida a couple of months after the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. So that's why I have that. Let's have a look here. I should get the PMDG 777. I am thinking about it. However, I'm thinking about getting P3D, so I might get the 777 for that. Evals, hello, welcome. How's it going? Patrick as well, from freezing Cape Town. Do you want to do a trade with the weather? Because I'm obviously boiling in London here. Let's have a look here. Going to do a flight with the PMDG 777 soon. No, I'm not, because I don't have the aircraft, but I certainly will pick up the aircraft and go and get it. Alan, hello from Vermont. Hello from London. How's it going? Congrats for Southwest Airlines pilot. Bye, congrats. Sha, where am I from? I am from Scotland originally. I'm from the Scottish Highlands, but I'm living in London just now. But I'm originally from Scotland. Nice livery. It's PMDG 757. No, there isn't a PMDG 757. I'm getting my numbers mixed up. I'm a bit delirious because I literally spent the past hour before this live stream just constantly sneezing. I don't know if it's hay fever or what, but God, it's a nightmare. Stephen, hello, welcome. Can I do a 747 flight once? I might bring out the 747 again on a live stream soon. Is P3D as good as it is? I don't know. I haven't got P3D yet. Adam, you're halfway through a flight. Nice, awesome, cool. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into this aircraft. So this is going to be following real world flights, Southwest Airlines flight 2096, which should be departing Seattle in about 20 minutes real time. However, when I did a search on it earlier on today, I found that the flight was actually delayed. So it should be leaving in 20. We should be leaving in 20 minutes, and we're heading over to Denver International. So So also, because I've been like sneezing constantly, I might be sniffling a lot. I do apologize, but in the UK right now, it's absolutely boiling, hay fever, and pollen indexes are going through the roof, and I suffer from it quite badly. So I do apologize. So please put up with any sniffling and sneezing and coughing that I might do. From the Shetland Islands? No, I'm not from the Shetland Islands. Do some flights to Ottawa, Canada. The one live stream I did with the 747 was to Toronto. So yeah. Climax is due for replying to the chat. Yes, I am. Let's have a look here. Cool. Right, so if you guys bear with me, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take my attention away from the chat briefly so I can start getting this aircraft pre-flighted, because I don't want to leave it too long before we get a move on here. So let's see here. If we go, battery switch comes on, and then I actually have to jump away from the overhead panel straight away, because I need to go in here and we'll set up some ground connections. So we'll connect that, we'll remove pitot covers, we'll also load in fuel. So fuel for this flight, I need to remember it's in Americans, so it's 19,225 pounds. So it's 19,225. So let me zoom in here so you can see that properly on my awful quality live stream. So we've got a little bit of fuel in the center tank. That should be just about right for the amount of time that we're going to be flying. And then we're also going to put in the payload. So we've got pretty much a full flight, 170 passengers. So we'll put all of those guys in, guys and girls in. And yeah, that should be everything just for the initial setup there. So yeah, so we've got the ground power plugged in. Let me just get the ground power on, and yeah, we'll just get the this initial setup going. Okay, so next is IRS mode selectors. So I've actually set the IRS options to take the realistic amount of time to warm up and align. So get those going now, and that's pretty much everything I need to do before we go into the CDU. So now I can come back to the chat for a moment. Paul Martin, hello, how's it going? Alwyn, hey, how's it going? Welcome back, guys. Good to see you again. Climax, helped you out with the tutorials. No problem, Climax. I'm glad you watched them. Thank you very much for watching all the videos. I really do appreciate it. Pardon me. I think you're getting the chat messages a little more than 10 seconds late. Possibly. My internet connection has been a little bit slow today, so I might be getting... I might have some internet issues, so I might be getting messages a bit slowly. I do apologise. Master Caution warning. Yeah, there's a couple, just because we're just doing the initial setup. Those will disappear as I go through the kind of the pre-flight and stuff. Sadiq, where am I from? I'm from Scotland originally, Scottish Highlands. Just check the map. It's going to be a long flight. It shouldn't be too long. It should be. I've got the flight down as being anywhere between 2 hours and 2.5 hours. Total flight time is 2 hours 40 minutes. Total airtime according to SimBrief was 2 hours and 10 minutes. So it shouldn't be too bad of a flight. Because I need to be careful, because my sound card on my audio driver always seems to cut out at about 4 hours worth of streaming. So the flight, and I have to take into account, that I've got like a 4-hour time limit with my streams now. So so yeah, so I'm not going to be flying anything more than 4 hours there. Gray, welcome. How's it going? Callum, hello. How's it going? What's the difference between the A320, 319, and 318? They're just they're all pretty much the same aircraft. They're just slightly different sizes. The 320 is the original kind of single aisle twin engine aircraft by Airbus. The A319 is a slightly smaller version of that, and the A318 is an even smaller version. Callum, please stop spamming in the chat. So look here. Paul Martin, it's been an age. Well, I mean, to be fair, I haven't streamed for a little while because I've had some internet issues, so I wasn't able to live stream smooth video for a while, because the upload speed would fluctuate a lot, which would affect how much data I could upload. So so yeah, I haven't streamed for a while, but yeah, anyway, right, okay, hang on, give me 2 seconds, guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do the CDU stuff just now and get the flight plan dialed in. That said, where is my flight plan? Is it that one? It is that one. Cool. So yeah, it's a relatively simple flight plan. This, I think there's quite a large stretch of this this journey which is kind of direct between VOR stations. So yeah, let me just, if you just bear with me, I'm just going to run through the CDU stuff, get this all typed in, and then we'll almost be ready to go. I'll need to do a few more pre-flighting bits and pieces. But yeah, you can watch and see how this works. So we go into the ident page, make sure all of the data is okay. Nav data is out of date, that's normal. Well, for me that's normal with flight simming, it's not a big deal. You can get away with it. So we go into POSINIT and we enter our ref airport. So we are at Seattle Tacoma. Seattle, of course, being the home of Boeing. Not this airport, but Boeing do have their own airports. So we enter the ref airport, and then we need to set the IRS position. So we go into the next page, grab one of the GPS coordinates from there, put that in there, and then we go into routes. So we've got Seattle is our origin, and we're going to Denver, so KDEN, like so. And the flight number is pardon me, WN 2096. It goes in like that. Departures, arrivals. So we're going to be departing from runway 34 right at Seattle. So we will go to the next page, take 34 rights there, and we're taking the Seattle 4 departure. We don't have that, so I'm guessing we can get away with Seattle 5. That should be okay. We'll see. Okay, so we go into routes. Next page, Seattle 5 Victor 2. Okay. Okay, so let's go to. Okay, let me find a departure here. Okay, that's going to be a bit tricky. Okay. Okay, so there's not really a proper. And let me just bring this up on the screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing here. Hang on, let me. I need to try and figure out the departure because apparently there isn't a proper SID out of. So we're taking off from 34 right. Okay, so usually so it looks like you would normally get directions from air traffic control. Okay, never mind. We can work around that. And let me throw that back over here. So we'll go direct to. Oops. Normally that'll be the next waypoint, so we'll just go direct there. And then we take airway J90 to MWH. And we go direct to LKT. KT. Northwest. Yes, I'm guessing it's this top one here. And we're going direct to Chuvok. There. And then we're going direct to CKW. So you can see that there's quite a lot of just direct flying here. We're not really following any airways as such. And then we're on our approach into Denver from there. Pardon me. Okay, so that's the route dialed in. We'll go to legs now. Okay, that should be alright. So we'll go activate and execute. Woo. Gosh, sorry guys, like I said, before the stream I was sneezing for about an hour non-stop. I kid you not. Anyway, right, so we go in, so into the 0 fuel weight. I'll just try and rattle through this as quickly as possible. Takeoff is on the thing there. We'll do 2,000 pound. Oops. Do 2,000 on the reserves. Cost index is really low for this flight. It's 5. Flight level is 350. I'm all over the place today. 350. Cruising winds are going to be 276 at 52. Transition altitude will stick with the standard 18,000 feet for North America, and then we'll execute that. M1 limit, we're just do a standard D rate. We're going to preset D rate takeoff there. Then we'll go to takeoff, next page. Runway winds at the moment, let's listen in and find out. So I believe it's 122.0 for active sky next.
Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha Airport Information Delta 2053 Zulu weather wind 285 at 11 visibility 10 sky condition 3600 scattered temperature 19 dew point 9 altimeter 3030 advise on initial contact you have information Delta Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha Airport.
Okay, so pardon me, 285 at 11 for the runway winds. Runway slope is 0 degrees. Runway condition, yeah, it's not raining up here, so it's going to be dry. Then we come back to that, so we'll do a flaps 5 takeoff. Grab the centre of gravity into the V speeds, and that is all done and dusted. Sorry guys, right now I can read the chat again. Sorry guys, I know I have to ignore you for a while there. It's lovely sounds. Yes, no, I do apologise. It's the pollen in the UK at the moment has just gone ridiculous. Let's have a look. What simulator am I using? I'm using Microsoft FSX. Let's have a look here. Who are the moderators here? I don't think my moderators are present at the moment. Don't sneeze on the porch, I'll try not to. Benji can't connect to the live stream. Try Control plus F5. I should refresh the page for you. And I haven't started the 737 tutorials yet. Is it Steam Edition? Yes, it is. Let's have a look. Yes, pollinates us all. Absolutely, it does. I suffer from it really badly in sort of the spring times. Cool. So, right, let me get on with pre-flighting this, because the real flights should be leaving in about 6 minutes time. So I've got to hurry up and pre-flight this like I've never pre-flighted a 737 before. Get the APU going now as well. What's the difference between Active Sky Next and Active Sky 16? Active Sky Next is the older of the two products. Active Sky 16, I don't know the differences, I'm afraid. I just know that Active Sky Next is the kind of previous version of the software, and Active Sky 16 is the newer one. Anyone else feel stupid because of the plane shouting retards? No. It means slow down. It doesn't mean you're being silly. It just means slow down. Emergency lights come on. Window heat can come on now as well. Packs. Actually, no. Packs can stay off until the APU is running, which it is now. Now the packs can come on. So cruising altitude is 350. Oh, that's a problem. What's the landing altitude in Denver? Because it's going to be quite high, I know that much. Let's have a look here. Sorry guys, I've gone off screen because I need to try and find out the airfield elevation of Denver. I'm not being funny, but the American charts are absolutely rubbish. There's so much information, it's so difficult to read these. Ah, okay, hang on. 5350. Okay, we'll go with that. 5350. There we go. Okay, give it that. Let's have a look here. Diablo, would love tutorials for the 737. Yep, don't worry. As soon as I get confident with this aircraft, I'll certainly be doing tutorials on it. Dio, hello from a Southwest flight attendant. Well, hello, welcome. I hope I can do this virtual flight in your company justice on this live stream. How do I get it to look so clear? You're kidding me, right? It's 480p live stream because of my slow internet. This aircraft is an add-on aircraft. That might be why it looks better quality than the standard 737. Pardon me. Okay, right. Did I see the Airbus A380? Yeah, I did. I don't know too much about it, but I did see that they've done a bit of work with it. Mark, is this Steam Edition? Yes, it is. Do I have Easy Dock? No, I don't. Actually, see if that sounds can come on there as well. Okay, I believe that's all the overhead stuff. Let me just run it through very quickly just to make sure I've not missed anything, which I more than likely have, because there's a lot of lights still on up there. No, I think I was alright actually. I mean, this is what I'm learning, is because I know that there is a lot of kind of things to check in the pre-flights. So I'm kind of working on getting some abbreviated checklists made to kind of shortcuts a lot of the stuff that you don't really necessarily need to check. Obviously this is just for like a sim flight, it's not something you do for real. So reset the fuel meter there. We're not going to be doing any video rubbish. Yeah, someone also asked, am I flying online or offline? I'm flying offline. I never really fly online with any ATC service or virtual ATC service. Yeah, let's have a look here. FlyX, welcome, how's it going? Shaquille, let's get rolling. I'm working on it, mate, I'm working on it. Mike, how's it going? Let's have a look here. Right, okay, so bar ref selector, so we're doing inches today because we are flying in America, and it was 3030 in Seattle. So mode selectors on map, we'll dial the range down a tiny bit. Cool. Yeah. Okay, so go on to the flight directors now, so do left first and then right. Courses are set, not yet, they're not. I think the runway heading is 344, but I'm not 100% sure. Togo, welcome, how's it going? And Mats as well, welcome. M-Bar Gaming as well, hello. Do I do anything to make this clear? How do I get the graphics so good? Well, yeah, I've just got the graphics, the general graphics settings dialed up, and this is an add-on aircraft as well, so it's more detailed than the regular 737. HGGS, FSX Steam Edition, EU charts. What do you mean EU charts? I'm flying in the US. Do we have refreshments on this plane? Yes, we do. We've got what's an American thing? We've got Budweiser on the plane. I don't know if that's American beer or not. EH, welcome. Mike, Yasu, Tikanis. Cool. Right, so let me just dial in the rest of this very quickly. So that's all there. Okay, I think I've got everything. So guys, I'm rattling through this as quickly as I can without missing stuff. Okay, I think I've got everything there. Luke Scott, hello from Manchester, hello from London, how's it going? Joey the Gamer and Good Guy, yes, it's the PMDG 737. Joey, if you go to the PMDG website, so that's Papa Mike Delta Golf, you can have a look at the aircraft there. Graphics are quite bad, no offense. Yeah, that's the graphics are bad because I've got a slow internet connection, so 480p is the best quality that I can live stream whilst keeping the footage smooth as well. So look, I can show you the cabin or not. No, I can't. I'm afraid I don't have a camera add-on that can go back to the cabin, I'm afraid. I will do some external views and wing shots and bits and pieces as well, but yeah, we'll cover that later on in the flight. Okay, so now it's about time to start getting ready to leave. So we're only leaving about 5 minutes late, or preparing to leave 5 minutes late, which isn't too bad. Cool. So, right, let's see here. So if we go into takeoff page there, gives us takeoff page. Okay, so MCP, so going to arm the auto throttle now. We set the V2 speed in, so that is going to be 151 here on the MCP. We're going to set in runway heading as well. It's going to be 34. Arm LNAV and VNAV. Enter initial altitude. I don't know what the initial altitude is going to be because we normally would get vectored out of Seattle. So I'm just going to dial in the cruising altitude there, and we're just going to climb straight up to that after departure. I'm a bit of a lazy simmer, so I'm not going to be doing procedures and stuff perfectly during the flight. Anyway, next we have to do the exterior doors, so let me just jump into this here. We will disconnect the ground power, we will remove the chocks, and we will close the front left door. Have a look here. Johnny just got on, sorry, no worries mate. Have I got P3D? No, I don't have P3D. Jacob, I can't just take off. Things take time. When we'll be taking off, we're just about to start engines and start leaving. So don't worry. HGGS, let me deal with issuing. Let me control the chat, mate. Jacob, no need, just take off already. No, I'm taking my time with this because I'm skipping this as much as I dare as it is. So I'm gonna going to do the best I can with the time and skills and ability that I have. Cool, so let's go for a pushback actually. So dial in 0 there, we'll turn the nose to the left and we'll go 90 degrees to the left. Okay, so we'll go fuel pumps on now as well. We'll stick on all the hydraulic stuff, although I do believe that we're meant to turn off system A for doing a pushback, so we'll do that there. If we go onto the sys page, we'll make sure that we've got hydraulic pressure, which we do. Anti-collision light comes on. We'll set the trim in as well, but I'll do the trim after engine start. Harry, welcome. How's it going? Good to see you back. How long will this flight be? It'll be about 2 hours, approximately, slightly over 2 hours. Right. Let's start.
And ground cockpit.
Go ahead, Captain.
We're all set to go up here. We've been cleared to push and start at your discretion.
Pardon the minute, ready for push. Power and air are clear, doors closed. We are ready for pushback. Please parking brake, please.
There's the parking brake there.
Okay, parking brake is off. Cleared to push.
Brakes off. Here we go.
Okay, we're moving back. So, I'm going to do things slightly differently. I'm going to do engine 1 first and then engine 2. So, we'll move engine 1 to ground. Then we keep an eye for N2 rotation just here. We've got start valve open, we've got N1 rotation as well. Once the N2 gets to 25, we will bring the fuel cutoff lever to idle. Wait a couple of seconds and then the engine should accelerate up to its idle speed. Am I using any mods? Yes, this aircraft is a mod. This is the PMDG 737 NGX add-on aircraft. Oh wow, the pushback is just about perfect. I was lucky. So we had the starter cut out there, so we're going to do engine 2 now as well. So turn engine 2 to ground. Same again, we're going to look for N2 rotation, which we've got. Got start valve open, got N1 rotation as well on the second engine. Wait for 25%. Bring the fuel cutoff to idle.
Push is complete. Set parking brake, please.
Alright, brakes are set and pressure's normal.
And the engine's accelerating
Okay, sir.
up to
Door
idle.
is off. Pin is out. Watch for the pin on the right.
Alright guys, thanks. You're cleared to disconnect. We will be watching for the pin and the release from guidance on the right side of the airplane, and we'll see you guys next time through.
Roger that. Have a good flight.
So starter cut off, and we should see that disappear, which it does. Fantastic. Right, everything's going well so far. Okay, so now that the engines are running, we will go engine generators 1 and 2 come on. We will pressurize hydraulic system A. Probe heat switches way up here can come on. Let's see, packs can come back into auto. Isolation valve goes into auto. APU bleed air goes off. APU switch comes off, turns off the APU there. Engine start switches go to continuous. Set the flaps for takeoff now. And I also need to set the trim for takeoff as well. So takeoff trim is 5.6. So just roll this back quickly. Let's have a look here. Kitty, welcome back. How's it going? Is this a VATSIM flight? No, it's not a VATSIM flight. Whoops, I've gone way past there. 5.6, good. Okay. Blank out the lower display now, and then we'll also turn a transponder on. So I'm just going to go for my usual transponder code of 1234. And is that Alt? Yep, cool. Okay. So that should be just about ready to go. We'll turn on the taxi light as well. We don't necessarily need it, but we'll do it just for good measure there. Flaps are down in position 5, trim we've just set, weather radar can also come on now. Yep, and then we'll taxi out to runway 34 right. Yeah, so if anyone was, someone was asking earlier about add-ons, so yeah, I'm using this aircraft, which is the PMDG 737. I'm also using a sort of an environment add-on called Rex Essentials. So that just gives me some better sky textures, gives me better clouds textures, and also runway textures as well. And that's pretty much it. I'm also using Active Sky Next to give me realistic weather in the sim. Once the stream is done, will I be putting in timestamps for the various events? Usually I don't, but if people really want it, then I won't mind doing it. Need a bit more oomph on the power there. I've only got like a rubbish kind of on joystick throttle, so it's really hard to get fine control over the throttle there. By Airbus. Hello, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Did I switch the DC switch over from AP to Gen? No, I didn't, because the checklists that I've used or made my notes from didn't mention doing that step. Captain Trey, yes, as people have said there, yeah, you can get away with using only a keyboard, however, joystick is most definitely recommended. Can be quite tricky trying to fly a plane with only a keyboard, especially in like a simulation. In arcade games you can get away with it, but in a simulator style game like this, it's really difficult to control a plane accurately with only a keyboard. Mark, you have subscribed. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Supposedly I thought you'd have a HOTAS set up. Nope. I haven't really seen the need. I don't think... I mean, I have looked at HOTAS setups, but I don't think I would kind of make the most of them if I did get one, so that's why I haven't got one. V1, how's it going? Yeah, we can see you. You shouldn't be blocked or nothing. How am I taxiing to the runway? What map am I using? I looked at an aviation chart before the flight, and I kind of memorised where I'm going. So the runway that we're taking off from is that one, which is just to the right there. We're just going to do a slight left turn here, go down to the absolute far end, and take off from there. Ethan B, how long is the flight? The flight is going to be approximately 2 hours, maybe 2 hours 10 minutes, judging by what SimBrief told me. SimBrief being the flight planning tool that I use. Oops. Russell Davis, watch my video on the PMDG tutorial flights. Ah, good. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I'm not 100% confident flying the Boeings yet, but I'm gaining confidence with them. That's kind of why I I kind of did the same thing with the Airbus. I kind of did a lot of Airbus flying on live stream as I was trying to learn it and trying to figure it out. So I'm doing the same thing with the Boeings just now. Justin has also subscribed. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Is this single player or VAT sim? This is single player just now. Alwyn, yeah, I do know that the real flight has been delayed. Would you say that the investment into PMDG products is worth it or not? I would say so. PMDG, as I always say, PMDG are sort of the gold standard when it comes to aircraft add-ons for FSX. So they are incredibly expensive, but you can do, like, they are. I had a real world 737 first officer in my last live stream where I was flying this aircraft, and he said that the aircraft is so detailed that he can follow his company's real world procedures as if, you know, as they would practice them in a real full motion simulator, like a professional simulator. So so this aircraft is a very, very faithful representation of a Boeing 737. Who we got here? Trains Boy is also subscribed. Thank you very much. Antonio, what's a good website for a flight planner? I personally use a website called simbrief.com. I really like that website. It gives you really detailed flight plans. You do have to create an account. It is free to use, but you can create an account and get yourself set up on that. So we'll go transponder on, we'll go, what else do I need? Turn on my position lights, and then we will get ourselves lined up. What will the altitude be on this flight? It will be, altitude will be flight level 350, so approximately 35,000 feet. Okay, let me just get this centered up properly here. So we'll get all the landing lights and bits and pieces on now. Oh, that's the point. I need... Before I take off, I need to work out where I'm going because... okay, so I'm going to be turning to... Let's say 150 after takeoff. Just ignore this green line. I don't know why that's on my... I don't know why that's there. If I can maybe do that, will that get rid of it? No, okay. I don't know why I've got that green line on my nav display. It's not a massive deal. Yeah, so after takeoff, I'm going to probably turn around to a heading of 150 degrees. Then we should intercept the flight path and continue from there. Anyway. Right, let's get a move on. So, throttle's up to 40%. Make sure everything's stabilised. And then we'll hit the takeoff go around button there. Takeoff go around. Okay, stand by, stand by. Apparently my throttles are not accelerating for some reason. And where's the toggle button on this? That was strange. So my throttle's accelerated up to 50%, but no further. Oops. Hang on, let's try that again, shall we? Okay, let's do this manually then, shall we? I put all the performance information in there, so I'm not sure why that's not working. Oh well. Go on with it, see how it goes. It's bizarre, and I've never had a problem taking off before.
V1. Rotate. V2.
It's right here. To see if that's very strange. Is trying to stall on me now for some reason. Very strange. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. The flight is not... Well, the aircraft's not responding as it should be, but we'll see how we go. Southwest, that's the problem. Now the plane's trying to stall again, and I'm not getting any warnings. I'm not getting any audio alerts. What the heck is this plane doing or not doing? So if I have to fly out this plane manually, I will fly this plane manually all the way to Denver. That's very strange though that it's not responding properly. Okay. No, the auto throttle was on before I started. Let's try this, shall we? So, okay, so I'm now flying this plane completely manually. Flight directors are on, so I'm not sure what is going on or what's not going on, but we're alright, we're up in the air. Crucial, please stop swearing, otherwise I'm going to time you out. Okay, yeah, this plane is turning to the right all by itself for some reason. Okay, this is very strange. This aircraft is not responding as it should be. This is really strange. It's probably because I did rush the whole pre-flight, so there's probably something that I missed. But we're alright. Okay, hang on 2 seconds. Alright, Crucial, you can just get banned straight off the bat because I'm not in the mood to mess about. Check if both engines are on. No, both engines are definitely on. This is... I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on here. Okay, LNAV, VNAV. Where are you going, plane? Right, if we go legs, if we go... Execute that. What's this plane doing? So you can see the flight director's trying to turn it to the right. It's like... I don't know what this plane is doing. I really don't know what's... Did I align the IRS? Yeah, the IRSs are all aligned properly. This is concerning. See, when I activate the autopilot, it seems to be like yawing, not turning. It's pitching up horribly as well. I have no idea, guys.
Bank angle.
Okay,
Bank
yeah,
angle.
yeah, I know.
Bank angle.
Yeah, like it's not responding to my inputs at all. There it is. Okay, be quiet. Right, so I'm in full manual control of this plane at the moment. Am I a pilot in real life? No. No, I'm not. Thankfully. Right, okay. Altitude holds. Can you at least climb to that altitude for me? Right. Flight director on. Flight director on. Altitude holds. So what's this telling me? Not on the intercept heading. Yes, you are on the intercept heading. Right. Let me try and reconfigure this. Heading select, speed. Optimal on speed. No, this just isn't responding properly. Check the FMC once more. It's... So I've got the auto throttle on, I've got the speed set to hold 300. And the engines just don't respond to it. I've got heading select to 100, it's not holding it. Autopilot is on. It's off now, obviously. Go command B. What's that CWSP warning? Yeah. Delete vectors in the FMC. I did, I got rid of it. Yeah, I got rid of the vectors. Turn my VOR on. My VORs are on. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're on or not. The plane should be flying where I'm trying to tell it to fly. See, I've got...
Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle.
I don't... Strange. Strange one, that. I've never had an issue like this on the live stream, so I don't know what to do. Right. Fuck it. Let's fly this entire flight manually, shall we? Autopilot might be off tune. It's bizarre. I don't know. I just don't know what's going on there. But we'll continue. We'll continue as we are. Obviously, in real life, you would probably turn back and go back and land, but I don't feel like doing that, so we're going to continue. This flight is going bizarre, tell me about it. Let's have a look here. Could be my joystick. No, because like I've got autopilot, all the autopilot stuff is off just now. And I'm in manual control and it's responding. Right, hang on, if I bring the yoke up, if I go left, I go right, go forward, back, that's all responding normally. Bizarre one, this. We're trying to engage it whilst holding the joystick. No, I'm not. Let's have a look here. Anyway, let's go for after takeoff stuff. So landing gear can go off. Auto brakes are off. Landing gear. Engine start switches are both in the off position. Yeah, done that. Just set standard altitude now. Why not? It's okay. We'll make it. We'll make it. Do I have control of the aircraft? Yeah, I do now. Oh, now that I've turned off all the autopilot and stuff. So, yeah, bizarre one. Did I try turning it off and back on again? Do you know, I'd love to, but I don't think I will. Have again this year. I could do with a drink now, actually. Come to think of it. I'm not going to speed brake out. No, I don't. No, speed brake is down. Right there. Reset the entire MCP to 0 and then disengage. I don't want to get rid of the flight plan though. Like having the flight plan there on screen helps. Yeah, it's weird. Like this is completely. I'm flying completely manually now, and the aircraft is flying fine. Very strange. Okay, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Check my yoke. The yoke's fine. And sorry, I was just reading Fuzzbee's comment there. Gauge yield. Okay, so there's nothing selected just now. So I'll go autopilot on, and then it just freaks out. So
Bank
P and
angle.
R.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
The autopilot is trying to crash the plane. I was completely hands off there until I had to take back control of the plane. I have no idea what that's all about. I'll just get this in a stable climb again. Do not touch anything in there, press autopilot. That's what I just did. And yeah. And you saw that I didn't have anything selected on the there was no buttons live. The heading was on 072, so if anything it should have tried to turn left just then, but it didn't. Check the overhead panel. Okay. Honestly, guys, I have no idea what's going on here. So I think that's the pressurization going now. There's something funny going on here. Because not only is my sim messing up right now, but I use a product, or I use a piece of software called Flux, which changes the kind of the color temperature of my monitor, and that keeps resetting. Hang on. Let's have a look here. My computer's possessed. Yeah. Something's not right here. I swear, guys, I've not gone in and I've not set any failures or anything before this flight. This is all happening, genuinely happening live. None of this was expected. I've never had a situation where the pressurization has failed on me. But like I said, I don't know what's going on here. Didn't you want to do an emergency tutorial anyway? Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, I haven't done any research for for. Right, guys, take a look at that. Tell me which airport I can land at here. KEPH. Let's have a look at KEPH. So now I'm just gonna have a look. I probably can't find an airport to land at. Oh, there's an airport right in front of me. That looks perfect. Let's take that, shall we? Alright, so we'll go speed brakes out and we'll just lose some altitude. Yeah, I've got an airport in front of me which I'm gonna have a go at. And then once I'm down on the ground, I'm gonna reload in a Cessna, which I know I can fly, and it's gonna have a nice relaxing GA flight in something that's not gonna try and kill me. Bad android. As a pilot, this guy has no idea what he's doing. I never claimed to be a pilot. So yeah. Hope the runway is long enough. Should be okay. We'll go for a nice long turn here. Need to slow the hell down. That'll be alright. I just hope the landing gear comes out now. So yeah, so we'll do a big turnaround on this lake, and then we're gonna come back and land down here. Yeah, runway looks like it'll be alright. Are we gliding? No, we're not. We're following the style. Yeah, don't worry guys, I'm not gonna land. I'm gonna do like a big sort of what my intention is just now is to kind of go over to the far side of this lake to lose altitude, give myself time and space to lose altitude, and then we'll do a big turnaround for landing. Have I thought about prepared? Yeah, I'm gonna look at it soon. Without doubt, I'm gonna look at prepared soon. Gonna have to watch this one back and find out what happens. Maybe just go a little bit further. One lose altitude in case the autopilot. Yeah, I would, but the autopilot also wants to try and barrel roll the plane as well. So I don't think that would be the best option.
Bank angle.
Oops, that's okay. So I've got control of the plane just now. So it should be okay. Let's have a look here. Okay, so we're doing alright on altitude now. Yeah, I can just about see that airport and its runway down there. Throw the speed brakes again. So I'm not going to worry about setting up an ILS or nothing. This is just going to be a purely visual approach. Cabin signs. I think everyone should still have their seatbelts on. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. So I've got a runway ahead of me now. I just need to slow the plane down ASAP. Approach checks. Approach checks are get into the brace position and stay there, basically. Don't know if I'm going to be able to slow the plane down in time for this. Let's see. I'm gonna throw in like a big turn as well, just to give myself a bit more time and space to start slowing the plane down.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
So I've got the runway ahead of me, but I don't think I've got... just trying to slow the plane down now, which is the tricky part. So I might do a big 360 turn. Yeah, I'm going to go for another 360. Well, this is exciting, isn't it? With everything else that's happened today, should have expected this, really.
Bank angle.
That's alright. I'm fine. Which sim? This is FSX. Let's have a look here. Should have the airport back there somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Okay, let's try this, shall we? There we go. Now we're slow enough. So a bit too low now, but we should be okay. So those brakes there, arm the spoilers. Now whether the auto brakes and the spoilers work or not, or speed brakes, is another matter entirely. Look at this speed. It's now flashing with an 8, or is that a B? No idea. But yeah, we should see. Yeah, so with regards to emergencies, I think your basic idea is just to find the nearest airport and land at it for an emergency situation. Looks like this is going to be a fairly nasty crosswind as well. Just can't win today, can I? Alright. So this is pretty much a direct crosswind. I'm definitely landing on the wrong runway for this, but at the moment all I want to do is just get the plane on the ground and see how it goes. Flaps are down at full. The flaps are at full, so that's not an issue. It's just turbulence. I've got a narrow range of speed here. Plus a severe crosswind. I should be landing on the other runway here, but too late, I'm committed to this now. It's a nice long runway at least, so it gives me something to work with. Coming in a bit high, I know, but we're fine. And we're down. And we're down, we're down, we're down. This isn't Denver, I know. I don't care if it's not Denver or not, I'm just glad to be down. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right. Okay. Let's just do that, and we'll just leave that. We'll just leave that as it is, shall we? Yeah. Huh. I still have no idea what's causing that. I don't know if there's just a glitch when the plane loaded up or what, but we're down in one piece. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're down in one piece. Hang on. There we are. There you go. What's that now? Oh, do you know what? I've had enough of you today. Oops. Just shut up. Thank you. So yeah, how about that? Yeah. Okay, tell you what. Let's end that one, shall we? And let's never speak of that again. And then yeah, we'll fly something else, shall we? What else could we fly, which isn't going to kill me? Lancer Legacy. I like this plane. This plane never lets me down. Right, we're still going to Denver. No, we're not. No, I've completely given up on that idea. So, yeah. It was bizarre. So, for anyone who's just joining, yeah, shortly after, well, before takeoff, when I started the takeoff run, everything was going normal. Engine starter seemed to be normal. Taxi out to the runway seemed to be normal, and then when I hit the takeoff go around button for takeoff, the engine's only accelerated to 50% N1. So I manually throttled the takeoff. It took off fine, and then yeah, the autopilot just seemed to want to roll the plane to the right constantly and bring it down to the ground. So yeah. So yeah, that's a thing that happened. So, let's stick with Seattle. We'll stick with real world, real time, real weather. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll continue in a light aircraft that I can fly. Yeah, so I think we're okay. I think we'll be alright. Fly Birmingham to East Midlands. You know, I'm just gonna fly about and I'm just gonna muck about now, to be honest. I'm not really gonna take this seriously. On the phone with PMDG. I'll tell you what, we should fly from Seattle up to Boeing Field. We'll just fly directly to the Boeing factory HQ and go and ask them there. That's probably where I should have landed actually after takeoff. I probably should have just flown direct to Boeing Field, because that's based in Seattle. That's where the Boeing mega factory is. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I know that I missed a lot of chat messages in there, but obviously I had certain circumstances to be aware of and trying to resolve. But hey, we got it down in one piece, even after the air pressure seemingly failed as well. So yeah, Pappies were 4 wide. I know, I came in too high, I know. But yeah, I got the plane down in one piece. I don't care if I was too high or too low. I got the plane down in one piece after all of that. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go out for a nice, relaxing VFR flight around Seattle, I guess. New look for the 738. Yeah, this is an unreleased project by Boeing. This is going to be their new short haul aircraft. It's annoying as well because normally this has like a nice Garmin G750 unit in here, but again I can't get. That's something else I can't get to work now. So, what's with the 300 300 flashing? I don't know what that was all about, Miko. Like I said, the yeah, I'm not sure what that was all about. Like they said, the autopilot was just not responding how I would expect the autopilot to work. For example, I turned off everything. I had my hands off the controls, and then I would set the heading to something not too far off the current aircraft heading. I would set the heading hold in, and it would not turn to that heading. I set altitude holds, it would not run to that. I set airspeed holds as well, and it just wasn't holding any of the values that I gave it. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on there. I've just noticed something. Aha. I might have just might have just realised what the issue was. It's currently, bad Android. You might have just helped me realise what the problem was, because it is currently 8:30 at night in the UK. But have a look at my time. Looking at my time, well, you probably can't see it on the live stream because it's poor quality. But it's currently saying it's 9:30. And I've had this issue before with my computer where I don't know why, I don't know how, but the motherboard battery seems to just die. And I recognise it's a problem because the time just keeps looping over the same hour of time when that happens. So maybe my motherboard battery has died. That's screwing up my computer, and that would also explain why my flux monitor temperature thing keeps resetting. That might have been what's caused the issue. That might have been telling the computer, that might have been screwing up in the instructions that the computer is trying to run. That might be it. Yeah, that might be it. That could be it. Let's have a look. Nice plane, thank you, David. I appreciate that. Hey, this isn't the 737, right? Yeah. BIOS battery, that's the one. Yeah. Which bit of the UK? I'm in London just now. So yeah, bad Android. Oh, thank you very much for subbing, David from RI. Hello, how's it going? So guys, I know this is I'm not going to be flying the Boeing 737 anymore this live stream. Because just hell no. If anyone just saw what happens, just hell no. So I'm just going to fly a little bit of GA for a while. And then I'm just going to end the live stream there. So basically, for anyone who's just joining, I was in the 737, but the autopilot, the auto throttle, any automatic system was not responding as intended, and I couldn't continue the flight. So I managed to. Luckily, I was flying towards a large airport, so we landed there. And then, yeah, I'm going to fly this GA aircraft now for a little bit. I'm mad at 737. No, I'm mad at my computer. But yeah, I think seeing that the time has reset and it's looped over the 9 PM hour, I think that might be what's caused the issue. This plane is a Lance Air Legacy. This aircraft was made by Real Air Simulations, and unfortunately it's not available anymore because Real Air Simulations went out of business. Well, they didn't go out of business, but it was two guys who ran Real Air Simulations, and they closed down sadly for personal reasons. But yeah, this is their aircraft, or this is one of their aircraft, the Lance Air Legacy, and it is an absolute joy to fly. It's like I think it's an experimental aircraft, but you can see how kind of sleek and streamlined it is. and it's really, it's a really fast aircraft, and it flies really well. It's really good fun to fly, and I love it to bits. Miss Real Air, you got the Turbo Duke right before it closed. Yeah, it's funny enough you should say that, Joe Speed. I'm opposite. Like, I got the Lancer Legacy, and I loved it to bits, and I wanted to get their turbine, but they closed down before I could get it. But I've got this aircraft. I think their original turbine Duke is still available on the likes of like Flight One and stuff, and some other online stores. But the turbine V2, the proper or the bit good one, is unavailable. Awesome plane. It is an awesome plane. Climbs so well too. Yeah, I mean it's got really nice interior as well. It's really annoying because I also got the Garmin G750 unit, which is like a touchscreen kind of Garmin thing. So it's like a GPS kind of map here. As well, I got like a plug-in for this aircraft, but it doesn't work. Nothing seems to just work at the moment. But yeah, like the dials, like the interior of this is really nicely modelled. It's really kind of basic, but for flying GA, it's fantastic. And we've got this kind of digital engine display here as well, which is really nice and really kind of chic, I guess you would say. What was the pressure? It was 3030 in Seattle, wasn't it? But yeah, this is a great aircraft to fly. Switch to the Airbus. No, I'm not going to switch to the Airbus because I'm kind of limited with how much time I can spend on these live streams before my my sound card messes up. I'm not going to be doing much more flying tonight. Yeah, thanks for the official report, EK or EH, sorry. Type of aircraft. This is a Lance Air Legacy, I believe. In real life, it's a experimental aircraft. I think that's Boeing Fields. The closest airport there, I think that's Boeing Field, and then just beyond that, you've got Seattle. The two airports are really close to each other. The reason I know that is because there was a small airport, it was like a bush airport somewhere in that mountain range that I used to fly around like just over and over and over again. I don't know why, but there's a small like kind of grass strip, landing strip somewhere in that mountain range that I used to just fly around constantly, like just in a little Cessna. So yeah, maybe good. Well, I can't go and go hunting for it or look for it because I don't have my GPS unit to find it. I've ever played a game like Rainbow Six Siege. I have played one of the Rainbow Six games. I can't remember which one, but I have. But I do play FPS games. I play Counter-Strike a lot. I used to play a lot of Battlefield 3 and 4 as well. My first kind of online gaming experience was SWA2096, so I guess it's kind of like a tactical shooter. Yeah. Is that the Real Air Legacy? Yes, it is. Have you ever played the missions in FSX, or do you just like to fly around? Yeah, I've played a few of the missions. Kind of recently, I was actually flying a lot of the. Helicopter missions as well, because I'm trying to figure out how to fly helicopters. So, yeah, I was flying a lot of the helicopter missions fairly recently. What airport is on the right? I think. Well, if you mean the airport that I just kind of flew over just now, so the one just behind me there, I believe, is Boeing Field. and the and the one off in the distance there, I believe that's Seattle to Tacoma back there, and then I believe that kind of downtown Seattle is just north of the airports there. Yeah, Danish, as a couple of people have very kindly pointed out. Yeah, I've got a whole tutorial series of video. You know, I've got like videos and videos worth. What am I trying to say? I've got a lot of videos about how to fly on my channel, so if you want to check those out, you feel free to do so. And yeah, I do try and take it from the absolute basics all the way up to trying to fly something like a Boeing 737 commercial jet. Greg Watts, you rock. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I don't feel like it tonight, but yeah, thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. Miko, Autopilot tries to crash the plane. It's not responding as I expected. Yeah. Oh gosh, the plane's causing a bit of bother, isn't it, tonight? That's a shame. Oh dear. Oh well, let's have a cup of tea and we'll muse over the possibilities of the issue, shall we say. Say Oxfin Butazone, please. Is that like something that's going to help me on my hay fever and stop me sniffling and stuff? Sorry, Oxyfen Butazone. Hey Max, how's it going? Maybe we could go to Boring Fields and do a couple of touch and goes. Maybe buzz the tower and ask them why the hell their plane wasn't working. I was about to ask if was it Mixed Field was around here, but that's Chicago, isn't it? Where Mixed Field was. If I have hay fever, take a steroid on nose spray. It'll save you. Do you know what I did before this live stream? I did take one. I do have a nasal spray. I try to avoid it because I try to just, I don't want to like rely on medicine. But I do have like a nasal spray that I use. What's it called? Fluticasone. That's what I use. I only ever use that if I'm like really really bad. And like I say, before this live stream, I was like just having a complete sneezing fit. So I had a scoosh of that. Let's see, what's the weather like? Oops. Just dial into Active Sky Next and get the weather. Or not, as the case may be. It is 122.0, isn't it? Was it 120.2? No, it's 122. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Not even Active Sky Next is working properly for me now. Maritz, it's been an entertaining stream, but you have to leave. No worries, Maritz. Thank you very much for coming along, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you again sometime. Mixfield, smaller airport. Did they rebuild Mixfield? Because I know that it was demolished at one point. But I don't know why, but I'm under the impression that they rebuilt it. I might be completely wrong there, but why am I getting that idea that they rebuilt it? Bad androids. Do I have any moderators on these chats? Usually I do. Normally for my late night streams, well for me, what's a late night stream? I don't, because my regular moderator. The Incompetent Pilot, that's not a dig at him, that's his actual username, the Incompetent Pilot. He's based in Australia, so out there just now it's kind of it'll be the middle of the morning for him. However, obviously he works during the day, so he's so for him it's like first thing in the morning, but obviously he's got to go to work, so he doesn't mod my streams when it's late night for me. No, it's gone for good. Ah, right, okay. I don't know why, but I'm sure, or I'm under the impression that I saw a news story or something where someone was thinking of bringing back Mixfield. Or someone was thinking of rebuilding it, but I might be completely wrong there. Actually, let's go for that small runway. Just do a few touch and goes here, maybe. Yeah, FlyX, I might take you up on that offer someday. Because I've had a lot of dodgy people in the chats tonight, so yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle tonight. Let's have a look here. It would be nice to see them bring it back, but the airport has been. Yeah, that's the other thing is, yeah, obviously given how close the airport and the runway was to a built-up area, yeah, I can imagine that, yeah, rebuilding an airport that close to a built-up area might be a bit tricky. To get the politics of it sorted out. Bad androids. Don't take any offense, bad androids. FlyX, me and FlyX talk a lot, kind of privately, so we know each other quite well off YouTube as well. So don't take it personal there. Nice landing. Thank you very much. Maybe we'll just do a few touch and goes around some of the airports in this area. Just seen another airport over there that we could go for. Touch and go is good, thank you. Thanks for the mod offer, guys. But usually we don't have too much trouble because, you know, kind of my whole channel is like kind of like, it's not like, you know, I don't mind people swearing or having a joke or, you know, making a point or anything, but I don't know, it's just I noticed quite a few people, certainly earlier on in the chat, that were just talking nonsense and you know, winding other people up and stuff. So usually it's, you know, I've kind of set like a certain tone with my channel. And certainly I've got a lot of regular viewers, you know, who understand the channel, understand what it's about. And then I do see these kind of new names pop up, and I don't know if they're just they haven't seen any of my videos, or if they just see that someone's live streaming, so they want to just jump in and cause a ruckus or what. But yeah, it's a bit tricky, but there we go. How much money did I spend on DLCs? Altogether, I've probably spent maybe. Probably, I would guess between £100 and £150 in total. Like, so that's talking about scenery add-ons and aircraft add-ons. Maybe 150 to 200, because I do have 2 PMDG planes, and they would have definitely bumped the total spending up. But probably, I wouldn't say I probably wouldn't say any more than £200 on DLC. Mainly it was scenery add-ons and scenery enhancements when I first started on YouTube, but that was buying add-ons for FSX boxed edition. So now I'm kind of buying I'm buying more aircraft more than anything else. Let's try another touch and go here, but I need to try and get the speed down first of all. Could I fly a plane if I was just chucked into an A320? Probably, yeah. I do know how to. Well, I've got the Aerosoft A320, and I can kind of fly that. Okay, I'm gonna slow down a bit more, please. See, the problem with this aircraft is because it's so streamlined and it's so, quote unquote slippery, so aerodynamic. It's a challenge to slow it down. So I'm just trying to do that now before we go in for a landing. Emilio, welcome. How's it going? Lost runway there. There we go. Okay. So Matthew came in a little late. I am currently flying the Lancer Legacy by Real Air Simulations because my 737 kind of went haywire. The autopilot wasn't functioning properly. So I have to abandon that flight, and I'm just doing some general GA flying, basically just padding time until I end up calling the stream there. Okay, Adam, as I said, I don't mind people swearing, but there is a time when it gets excessive, so please do watch your language. I don't mind the odd swear very, very occasionally, but if it's regular, then I do have a problem with it. Where can you buy it from? You can't buy this aircraft anymore, I'm afraid, because Real Air Simulations, who made this plane, sadly they shut down. I think it was two guys who made aircraft for Flight Sim, but they both, due to personal reasons, they both kind of decided that it would be best for them to focus on personal things rather than continue to make add-ons. So unfortunately Real Air Simulations has closed down. I think you might be able to pick up older versions of their aircraft through the online flight stores like Flight One, but as for buying aircraft directly from the developers, I don't think it's possible anymore, I'm afraid. Mixfield is a park now. Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing like photos of the airport when they first I can't remember what they did, but they kind of like raked up the runway, so the runway was all uneven and you couldn't land on it and stuff. It's a shame, considering the sort of the legacy that and the kind of the well, not legacy, but the kind of the it's almost like a cult status that Mixfield got because it was the default airport in many versions of Flight Simulator. It was a shame that the real airport closed down. I mean, never yet. Not quite. No, not quite. Bulldog, such a shame. It is such a nice aircraft. It is a very nice aircraft, and yeah, as I said, it is a real shame. But you can't really knock the developers for putting family life and personal things first. So it is a real shame. But never say never. They might, if things work out well for them, they might decide to come back. You never know. Have you ever considered flying for a virtual airline? I have. Anyway, like, I don't fly commercial aircrafts all that much. Most of the flying that I do is either flying on a live stream or doing research or studying for making a tutorial video or recording a tutorial video. There's very few times where I actually fly just for the sake of flying anymore. It's usually if I'm flying, like I said, I'm like trying to study something, or I'm trying to record a video, or trying to understand the concept of flying, like VOR navigation, for example. So I have thought about flying for a virtual airline. According to my computer, it's 21:52. Yeah, keep a close eye on the time, because in 10 minutes time it's going to be 21:00 something. I've got a feeling it will be. Let's have a look here. Mega Mark, what do I do on my channel? I make aviation and flight simulation tutorials, so anything you want to know about flying, whether that be just real world flying, or flying in a simulated environment like this, I've got a bunch of tutorials on how to do it. Bad Android, training to be a pilot. If you need any video help, feel free to message me. No worries, Bad Android. Thank you very much for the offer. I'll certainly keep that in mind. I mean, most of my kind of tutorial videos, because it's my kind of personal dream to get a private pilot's license one day as well. So kind of the whole motivation behind starting the channel and making the videos was because I wanted to learn all of the sort of the theory and stuff before I go and get a PPL for myself. So that's kind of why the channel started and how the channel started. Don't try to land a 747 in mixed fields. Bad experience. I'm sure everyone tried that at some point. LVS, part of Elite Premier Virtual. Check us out. Yeah, I definitely will do. I'll keep an eye out for that. Christopher, does the train lever belong here? Yeah, I can't see why not. Let's have a look. Max, do you have to buy a professional license for prepared, or are you wrong? No, I think most people can get away with buying the academic license for prepared, and it shouldn't be an issue. Banner training for commercial. Oh, very nice, awesome. Yeah, I could definitely use some help with commercial airlines like Boeing 737, for example, as I've proven on tonight's live stream. What's the difference? There's not really any difference between the different licenses. I think Lockheed Martin maybe are just trying to wangle some extra money out of people. But you can get away with flying with the academic license, which and it explicitly states on the prepared website as well. The academic license has all of the features of the standard license simulator. So I think you can get away with buying the academic version of prepared. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to bring this back to Seattle where we started, and then I'm going to end the live stream there. Try to be quiet because all we can talk about is trains. Well, don't be quiet. Don't be quiet. No. Well, we all might learn something. Oh, Christopher, actually, if you're a train simulator fan, do you or are you familiar with Train Simulator 2017 and Train Sim World? And if so, if you are familiar with both, what are your thoughts on both products? Uh, 777BA. Oh, nice. Or is that what you're training for? Or I might have misread that. That's Seattle back there. Right, let's go. Juan Mendez, been trying to update your FSX for approaches on Quito, Mexico and Honduras. Haven't been able to find any DLC for either. I don't know if there's any DLC. I'm afraid. There may be some payware available, or there might also be some freeware, but I can't say. I mean, because there's hundreds, if not thousands, of add-ons available for FSX, so I don't know. I'm afraid. Do I play trains? I don't. I personally don't play any train sim. I used to play the original Microsoft train simulator, like the old one that was released years and years ago. I used to play that, but I don't play any of the new train simulators. I'm more a planes kind of guy. Another podcast graphics again. Yeah. Okay, oh, you haven't played them. No worries. No, I just wondered if Train Simulator fans who played Train Sim 2017 feel the same way as Flight Sim fans do regarding new product releases. More than thousands now, probably millions. Possibly, yeah. If you consider all the freeware add-ons which are out there. Yeah, it's entirely possible. Come on, plane, slow down. Don't try this at home, kids. Now we have to try and let's try and maybe slip the aircraft back down onto the glide slope, shall we? There we go. See, I'm not a bad pilot after all. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of slipping the plane, so I'm hard rudder to the right, aileron to the left, and I'm losing a lot of altitude very quickly without gaining airspeed. Although I would really like the PAPI lights to start lining up. There we go. Last landing of the night, let's make this a good one. So we'll go hard rudder to the right to line up, and then run down slightly to the left. Oh, a bit of a hard landing, but we're down. There we go. Another place about to KY. No. I'm much better with GA aircraft than I am commercial lines. It's pretty you can keep the plane available in some form. I agree, Miko. I mean, the real air aircraft are very, very nice, high quality aircraft. And yeah, I think it is a real shame that the company closed down. But like I say, you can't really, you can't argue against the reason. Like they put an announcement on the website saying it was due to personal reasons, and it's like family well, like I think a couple of, like members of the family had serious health issues, so I mean you can't knock them for, as I said, you can't knock them for putting their family first. Pardon me. You can't knock them for putting their family first ahead of a hobby. So, so yeah. Don't put the nose up like that. Instructor would be mad. Put the nose up like that. Yeah, I know. No, actually, an instructor did that to me once on a trial flying lesson. We were flying a downwind leg. Oh no, we were descending on a sort of like a downwind leg on a trial flying lesson, and he just wrenched the thing into like a high G kind of pull up, and then he whacked the nose down for like a negative G pushover. It's just like, well, you could have told me that you were going to do that. Good landing, bad approach. It's only a GA aircraft. If you think that was bad, you should have seen me flying earlier. Jeez. Anyway, well, this whole live stream has been a bit of a kerfuffle, shall we say? So, I'm not going to fly anymore. So, that's it. Done. I'm done flying for tonight. So, as I end every live stream, yay, there we go. There's my flux resetting. Yeah, look at the time, my system time again. It's still 21:03. It's like Groundhog Day. It's just going to keep on going. I'm going to be stuck on the 21st of June 2017 in the 21st hour forever. Oh, anyway. Pardon me. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's have a look. Is there any channels where people actually do ridiculous maneuvers? I think there's some out there, yeah. Let's have a look. Catch up with comments there. Could make tutorial series in the quality wings 146 one day. Maybe one day, yeah. Funnily enough, my first job out of school, my first proper job out of school, I was a baggage handler at my local airport. And the first aircraft I ever laid hands on was a BAE 146 as a baggage handler. So I do have an affinity with that aircraft because that was the first real world aircraft I ever worked on as a baggage handler. Michael, thanks very much. I liked my emergency landing. Yeah, I think I'll definitely have to go and review emergency procedures. I think the basics are the three basic steps are. I think there are like three golden rules. The first one is just get control of the plane. Make sure the plane is straight and level. So you would have noticed that when I was trying to fly the 737, anytime I re-enabled the autopilot, it would just roll and start to drop. So the first thing you do in an emergency is try and bring the plane back into stable flights, no matter what the issue is. And then the second thing is, I believe, communicate your position to air traffic control and communicate the problem and communicate any information that you can about the issue that you're having to air traffic control. And then I think the third thing after that is to get the plane back on the ground as soon as possible, or get the plane down as safely as possible, whether that's landing at the nearest airport or landing in a open field or somewhere where it's safe to do so. Shows the landing replay. I can't, I'm afraid, because the replays, I don't have the replay add-on with FSX, so I won't be able to do replays, I'm afraid. Adam, is Rex Direct for real world weather? No, I think Rex Direct 4 is only textures, so I don't think it has any kind of weather engine as part of it. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions or anything, feel free to ask away. I'm only going to be sticking around for maybe another 5 or 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to go off to bed because it is gone midnight here in London, and yeah, my voice is gone. I'm embarrassed about how this live stream went. Yeah, and I think I've got a little bit of heat exhaustion as well. It's a shame because the live stream went well because I haven't noticed any frames dropping or many problems with the live stream tonight. So for you guys seeing a smooth video, as low quality as the live streams are, at least it's kind of like a smooth, steady stream for you guys. But yeah, it absolutely did not go to plan. So yeah, as I said, I think what it is the BIOS battery on my motherboard has conked out, which is really lucky because I was considering doing a BIOS update today as well, or updating updating the BIOS today as well. But I'll need to whack in a new battery first of all. It's weird. I don't know what it is with this computer, but I've had that problem several times with this computer. I don't know what's causing it. Yeah, but anyway. I'm gonna do an approach into Oshkosh. I might do in a future live stream. MHTG. Yeah, I might. Again, I'll probably look at these in a future live stream. My voice cracks. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I don't talk all that much during the day, so when it comes to doing a live stream, I'm kind of talking constantly. My voice and my throat just isn't used to talking constantly. So by the end of 3 hours of constant talking, 2 or 3 hours worth of constant talking, my voice does start to kind of crack because I'm not the kind of person that talks all that much. And with live streams, like, I want to try and kind of speak to you guys and interact with you guys as much as possible on a live stream. That's kind of why I do them, is because I can speak to you. So I feel like I need to kind of constantly talk when I'm on a live stream. What's this? David Wong, good job. Sorry, the put was going haywire. Other than that, good job. Thanks very much. Yeah, I was really lucky that it's kind of, I was really lucky that certain circumstances it kind of played out the way it did as well. Like, because I was just going to fly the entire flight manually. Like, I was prepared to just trim the plane manually and just go with it the entire way. But then the pressurization, the cabin pressurization, seemed to fail as well, which was completely unexpected. I have no idea how or why that happened. Which was that was really bizarre. So then like the kind of the real world procedure in the event of a cabin depressurization is to descend below 10,000 feet. So that's what I did. And as I was descending, I saw a big airport and a massive runway ahead of me. I was just like, I'm going to land there. That's perfect. So it didn't go to plan, but things kind of worked out well, considering. So yeah, could I do a Gibraltar approach following correct protocol again? Yeah, it's an idea for a future live stream. Christopher Thomas, when will the next stream be? I'm not sure yet. It might be this weekend, this Saturday morning, or this Saturday, maybe 10 a.m. BST, so British time. So yeah, I might do it this weekend. I might not. I'll have to see how I feel later on in the week. Proper protocol due to fight to Gibraltar. Oh, Gibraltar! I've done that on a video previously. I've done Gibraltar already on yeah, a previous video. I remember it seemed to be quite tricky because I don't think Gibraltar's got an ILS, so you have to do like a VOR approach, and then manually descend for a given distance away. You know, you have to be at certain altitudes at a certain distance. So, yeah, and I think Gibraltar as well, is they've got like don't they have like a road across the middle of the runway as well? Yeah, I think if you look for a video called Manual Flight Planning, I think I've done. It was like a 2-part video. It was kind of like, it was how I did like long flights before I started getting into live streaming. Was I did a couple of videos where I did long flights. But yeah, I mean, although that said, I don't think the approach that I did for that video was proper, or it wasn't following a proper procedure. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely flown into Gibraltar before, but I don't think it was strictly a proper procedure. Adam, getting sick of the 737. I done a bunch. I've done at least I've done probably 10 live streams in an Airbus, so I'm not wanting to go back to that anytime soon, I'm afraid. Diami, I think that's how you pronounce your name. I'm not going to be flying. I'm actually just wrapping up the live stream, I'm afraid. We've had a bit of drama with this, so yeah. Did write, otherwise I've been a headache trying to fly back to departure airport. Yeah, that's true. Like I said, like as soon as I started descending, as soon as I saw, like I could see. I mean, you probably wouldn't have been able to see it on the live stream, but I could see a long runway. You know, it was just like a single pixel line, but I could tell that runway was going to be long enough to land on. Also taking into account the extra weight of the plane, given that we'd barely flown anywhere and we barely burnt any fuel. So yeah, that was perfect. Matt, hello from Tampa, Florida. What jersey is that? It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You'll be glad to hear. Yeah, because I've been to America, and I came to Florida actually the same year the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. It was like a couple of months. So yeah, I got the jersey. I was just staying in Orlando doing all like the Disney World and all the Orlando theme parks and bits and pieces, and yeah, cool air. The only reason I'm wearing it is because it gives me perfect ventilation, given how hot the UK is just now. Fishing the South Flyer Hornet. I'm not going to be doing any more flying tonight, guys. I'm afraid. I'm kind of like embarrassed and mentally scarred after flying the 737 earlier. If I could buy the MD-11, will I get it, or am I not really interested in trying it? I don't know. I'm not against trijets, but I would probably. I mean, the thing is, I'm not looking to buy any more any aircraft at the moment, because I clearly still need to learn how to fly the 737. I've also got the PMDG 747 that I need to kind of learn, which shouldn't take too long once I've learned the 737, but I want to learn the 747. I've also got the Majestic Dash 8 that I want to learn as well. I've had that for ages. I've had that aircraft, probably it's one of the oldest aircraft I've owned, and I've barely ever flown it, so I need to go and learn that. Let's have a look. Where do I live at? I live in London at the moment, Matt. Yeah, I live in London. Yeah, I've been to a couple of the NFL international games when they've come over as well. I am like, I don't just wear the jersey for the sake of wearing a jersey. I do follow American football, not massively, but you know, I do kind of follow American football and follow the NFL every now and then. I like American football more than I like regular football or soccer, as you guys call it over there. Bad Androids, question: what football team do I support? I support my home team, Inverness Caledonian Thistle, who just got relegated from the Scottish Premiership this season. But I'm not massively into football, though, that's the thing. Not many websites have TriJets anymore. Isn't there God, chair creaking? Isn't there a TriJet available for X-Plane? Or is that I got a feeling that's it's not a TriJet but something else. What do I think about P3D? I don't know, I don't have it, so I can't comment on it. Jonas, weather's cooking in the Bay Area, Northern California. Nice. Yeah, it's cooking in the UK just now as well. Not American football. Yeah, no, I like American football. I'm relatively neutral when it comes to American football. I just like, you know, the sort of the physicality of it, and yeah, well, I mean, when I first started watching it, I used to like it for just the sheer physicality of it, but then I started watching it more and more and understood all the kind of the tactical ideas behind it, and how much kind of detail and how tricky and how like plays are designed to kind of draw players into certain areas and free up other players, and it's really clever. A lot of people give American football players stick because it's just rugby with body armor, and it's really not. Because because when I was over in Florida, I went to like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were running their summer camp at Disney World, and I got to see American football players like pitch side, like doing training, and it is brutal. It's absolutely brutal. So yeah, and I mean, and even when they've come over to the UK, like rugby players who go and watch the NFL international games, yeah, they say like, you know, we're big guys, we're big strong guys, but American football players are just ridiculous. Like, to be as big as they are and as fast as they are is scary, apparently, to like rugby, you know, to world championship winning rugby team players. So yeah. What do I think of P3D? I've already answered that. 777. Get on the runway. I'm done flying for today. Am I still in Denver? No, I am in. I'm in Seattle just now. We had some issues. We had some issues flying from Seattle to Denver. So yeah. Dennis, have I heard about the A380 Plus with the new massive winglets? Yeah, I saw like a kind of promotional video the other day. I don't know too much details about it, but yeah, I saw just a kind of promotional video about it. Yeah. Akshat's boring. I said I'm done. I'm finishing the stream. I'm wrapping up. If you can tell by the amount of time that the stream's been up, yeah. So basically, what happened was I was flying the 737, but given to some unforeseen issues with my computer, not working properly. That consequently, I think, affected the autopilot in the Boeing 737. So the autopilot wasn't behaving as it should be, and consequently I could barely fly the plane, or the autopilot would not fly the plane. So I thought, okay, no problem, I'll fly the plane manually from Seattle to Denver. I've got the flight plan in, all I have to do is follow that. So I tried to do that, and and then the cabin pressure failed on me completely unexpectedly, completely at random. So I performed an emergency landing at an airport that I don't know where it was. It was somewhere not too far away, maybe 80 nautical miles southeast of Seattle. And then I just reloaded back in Seattle in this GA aircraft, flew back for a little bit, and then I'm going to wrap up the stream now. So any last questions, guys? Because I'm kind of dragging this out. I feel like I'm dragging this out now. So if there's any last questions, feel free to ask away. If not, then I'm going to call the live stream there. By the way, am I still in shot? I don't even know. Not that you guys want to look at my ugly mug anyway. Alright, 777, no worries. I haven't flown P3D, I don't have it, so I can't really comment on, I don't have any thoughts or opinions on Prepared because I haven't flown in the simulator myself. Although I've heard a lot of good things said about it, so I am considering buying P3D version 4 in the future. David Wong, try flying to Denver again. Yeah, I mean it's definitely a journey I'd like to revisit. Because Denver is quite a unique airport, considering that the airport elevation at Denver is about 5,000 feet. They call it the mile. Denver, the mile high city, is it? Because it is 5,300 feet above sea level, and one statutes mile is approximately 5,300 feet, I think. So, can I make a video about my thoughts on P3D? I might do. If I pick up P3D, I might do a first impressions type video, or I might do I don't really do reviews as such, but if I do get P3D V4, I will probably do either a video or a live stream covering it, because I did get Flight Sim World. I did a couple of videos on that, and I could do the same with P3D. Is Denver's runway the longest in the USA? Probably not. I would suspect that the Kennedy Space Center runway is the longest in the USA. Pardon me. Sorry about that, guys. Ban Androids. Thanks again, Ban Androids. I'll definitely keep your name in mind there. Thank you very much. Thanks again for the offer. 777 was a replacement for Trijets. Someone wants it. Yes, I believe it was. Have I heard about the company Boom? Plan to build a new supersonic jet in the near future? Yes, I have. Yeah. I'm excited. I'd love. I mean, it's surprising that a supersonic passenger jet hasn't been attempted again. So yeah. It was a real shame because Concorde was such a unique and such a special aircraft. It's a real shame that Concorde didn't work out. Benji, great live stream. Thanks very much. It doesn't feel like it was a great live stream, but thank you very much for the that's a very kind comment. Denver runway is the longest in years. Okay, that's probably due to the altitudes. They need a longer runway to get up to speed because the air will be thinner there. Cool. All right, guys. I think I am going to call it and leave it there because it's it's 12:30, 12:30 here. So yeah, pardon me. I'm coughing now as well. So yes, I'm going to call it there. So yeah, the live stream didn't go as planned. I am embarrassed about it. So I do apologize if anyone did show up expecting me to fly from Seattle all the way to Denver. Even after the autopilot issues, that was my intention, was to fly manually the entire way. But again, it just didn't want to for some reason. So, yeah. It's a shame, but yeah. Hopefully the next live stream will go a bit better. I don't know when it will be yet, but I will announce the next live stream. I'll try and announce it a couple of days in advance on Twitter. On my Twitter, which is just @DoFor911, and I'll also schedule an event on my YouTube channel. Yeah, about a day in advance as well. So, pardon me. Yeah. So, yeah, if you want to keep an eye on my channel or keep an eye on my Twitter. So, before I leave, I just want to say first of all a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, who support me there. And sort of believe in my channel and the content that I make. So thank you to you guys, and of course thank you to everyone who's watching. I know a couple of people have been around almost the entire stream. So yeah, thank you for sticking by me, even though it all went to shit apparently. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. So. For now, thank you all very much for watching. Take care out there, and I will catch you all later.